Good morning, Year 1, and welcome to our first maths lessons after the 2-week break. So, today you're going to need a sheet of paper which can be divided equally into 2 on one side and 4 on the back, a whiteboard or piece of paper to write answers, some of the starter and the main part of the lessons, cubes or counters that can be arranged into arrays. So, get that all ready, and when you're ready to start, we'll get going. Okay, so to start with today, we're again doing halves and quarters, and we're again going to use these grids to help us. So if we wanted to find half of 10, I bet you can remember what we do now. We would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we count how many were in each side, how many are in half of the paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the answer would be 5. And then a quarter of 4. Well, we have to do exactly the same, but this time a quarter means it's put into 4 different sections. We're dividing by 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So a quarter of 4, there's only 1 in each grid, so that effectively is 1. Okay, so that reminds you how to do it, and now we're going to show you what I need you to do. So have a go at these. Grown-ups, pause the video, and when you're ready, we'll get started going through the answers. Right, welcome back, Year 1. Half of 12, that means we're dividing 12 into 2 sections, is 6. Quarter of 4, that means we're dividing 4 into 4 sections, so that's 1. Quarter of 8 is 2. Half of 10 is 5. Half of 24, well, we'd use two 10 bars and 4 10 ones, and we'd divide those in 2, and you'd end up with 1 10 bar and 2 1 cubes. Quarter of 12, well, if half of 12 is 6, half of 6 is 3. Quarter of 16, sorry, half of 16 is 8. Quarter of 24 is 24 divided into 4 different groups, so that's 6. Half of 14, doesn't matter that it's switched round, so that's dividing 14 by 2, so that's 7. Quarter of 16, I think we've already got that, haven't we? Oh no, we haven't. So a quarter of 16 is dividing 16 into 4 different sections, sharing it into 4 different sections, so that's 4 as well. Half of 22, 10 bar, 2 10 bars, 2 1s becomes 1 10 bar, 1 cube. Quarter of 28 is 7. Right, half of something makes 4, so we need to put 4 into each side, and that means we've got 2 sets of 4, which is 8. Half of something makes 7, so we need to put 7 in each side, so we've got 2 groups of 7, which makes 14. Quarter of 3, putting 3 in each of those 4 sections, so we've got 4 groups of 3, which is 12. And the last one, 4 into each section, 4 groups of 4 is 16. Okay, brilliant. Now, while we were doing that, you might have heard me talk about dividing and groups. Well, the reason I've been using those is because today we are starting to look at division, and we're starting looking at how we can use grouping today and arrays tomorrow to divide things up. So this is a division problem, which means it's a sharing problem. There are 6 balls altogether. They are put into groups of 2. How many are in each group? I'll tell you, grown up, what you think we need to do. Start the video again when you're ready. Right, I'm pretty certain you will have said that we need to get groups of 2 together. Now, the best way to do that is draw circles around them. So that's 1 group of 2. That's 2 groups of 2. And this is 3 groups of 2 now. The disadvantage of this is you may end up with some weird groupings, which is why we will be moving on to arrays. But what is the answer? We've got 1, 2, 3 groups of 2. So there are 6 balls together. They're put in groups of 2. How many in each group? That's right, the answer is 3. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to reveal one question, let you have a go at it. Use your counters, use cubes, however you want to do it. And then solve the problem. You could even use coins if you wanted to here. So I'm going to give you 5 seconds, then I'm going to start going through with each question. Obviously you can pause the video, grown-ups, for as long as you need. So there are 10 coins that are put into groups of 5. How many groups are there? Well, we're looking for two. We're looking for groups of 5 this time. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's a lot easier if you physically move these. So I'm going to move these a bit across. We've got our second group of 5 there. So how many groups of 5 are there? That's right, there's 2. Okay, so read you the next question and then you have a go. How many sets of free books can be made from 15 books? Okay, so we're looking at groups of 3. There's one group of 3. There's another group of 3. Bet you found it easier moving them. Another group of 3. I'm just going to do it this way though. Another group of 3. And a last group of 3. So, how many groups of 3 we got? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 groups of 3 books. Next question. How many groups of 5 sweets can be made from 25 sweets? Okay, so again, we're making groups of 5. That's one group of 5. Wiggling round, 2 groups of 5. 3 groups of 5. And 4 groups of 5. Let's just count them and check. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're missing 5 sweets, I'm sorry. So I better draw them quickly. And we've got a 5th set because that was only 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That is okay. So that's actually 5 groups. If you only did the answer as 4, that's fine because the question wasn't right. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so the next one is how many sets of 2 pencils can you make from 16 pencils? Okay, so let's group them into 2s. So there's 2. There's another 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 2. And there's the last set of 2. So let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 groups of 2 pencils. So how many 5p coins could you change 21p coins into? So how many 1p coins are in 5p? That's the first question. And once you know that, you'll be able to solve how many sets of 5p coins you could make. So if there are 5 1p coins, makes 1 5p, that's one group. That's 2 groups. That's 3 groups. And that's 4 groups. Now that's again where it would have been much easier using arrays and moving them around. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer is 4 5p coins. Okay, the next one is how many 4 seeds need to be put in each pot. How many pots will be needed if there are 24 seeds? So you need to draw out an array. You need to draw these out showing seeds in groups of 4. Or you could just do 24 seeds out and then you would be in a good position to group them into 4s. So here we go. I'm going to do it a bit more neatly than perhaps some of the other questions. That's one group of 4, 2 groups of 4. 3 groups of 4, 4 groups of 4. So we've got 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So now I'm going to group them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 groups. I want you to think about how I laid that out, because that might be something we want to move on to. Last question. 5 balls can fit into each bag. How many bags will be needed to hold 15 balls? So I'm going to draw 15 balls. (11, 12, 13, 14, 15). Now let's put them into groups of 5. 1 group of 5. 2 groups of 5. 3 groups of 5. Now I want you to think about that, because I just put the balls willy-nilly. Could I have done it better? How could we have done that so that they actually fitted more neatly? Have a go at drawing an array showing 5 balls and doing them like we did when we did this sum. Okay, so we've got, putting them this time like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's one good set. So that's the first bag. Second bag, that's another 5. Third bag, so that's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, is that easier than the messy mess like that? I think you find it is, and that is what we're going to be starting to do tomorrow onwards, is we're going to use arrays to solve these problems. Okay, well done year 1. That's the end of today's maths lesson. You've been brilliant.